Hey everyone, it's Sam Dunn in the Banger Bar at Banger Films. I'm really excited because I'm revamping an old idea. Way back when I was a teenager, I hosted an all-metal radio show in Victoria, BC called Overkill. We were one of the few all-metal radio shows in Canada, but we're bringing it back. Slightly different twist. There's a camera and I'm reviewing albums. Really excited. Overkill's back. The first album I'm going to review on Overkill Reviews is Firespawn Shadow Realms. Admittedly, I chose this record because I'm a huge fan of a lot of metal out of Sweden, both the melodic and the darker stuff. And also, this is a brand new band, but it's a band of a bunch of musicians who have been around the block a few times. We've got LG Petrov from Entombed and of course Nihilist from way back in the day. And then the rest of the band is made up of guys from Unleashed to Necrophobic. For fans of Swedish metal, this will be a familiar journey in a lot of ways. The sound of the guitars is very Sunlight-esque. It's got that very buzzy guitar tone where, you know, when it's fast, you can't totally make out exactly the picking on the string, which is a sound I happen to love. And if you love LG, you'll love this record because he's right there. The vocals are recorded really up front, very straightforward, very guttural, very just direct vocal delivery. If you like LG barking at you for 60 minutes, you'll dig it. So the first track I want to talk about is The Emperor. It's the opening track, no surprise. They're usually the best tracks on the record. It opens with this sort of repetitive, very dark, with a bit of horns and a bit of atmosphere in there. And it's like, it invokes this kind of like, the orcs are cresting the hill and the battle is ready to begin. And the orcs are decimated by a pummeling blast beat riff. It's a real ripper, a face melter, we called it back in the day. It's driven by a blast beat. It's got this kind of, it's actually got a sweeping guitar figure in the riff. So I'm trying to imagine what it's like to play it, and I can't. So I think this song is really strong for that reason. The next song is Lucifer Has Spoken, and it's the video track off the record. It's got this haunting, more spacious, sort of floating main guitar line that I'm still humming. And I think, again, it's also when this record is at its finest is when they take those moments to just take the foot off the gas a little bit and create a bit more sense of a mood, a bit more atmosphere in the overall sound. A good exhibition of Firespawn at their best. The next track I wanted to talk about is called All Hail, and I think it actually might be my favorite track on the record, even though it's kind of buried later. And it's set up by an acoustic guitar intro called Contemplate Death, which is very old school. I was like, is it 1987 all over again? Felt like Schizophrenia, you know, when Andreas Kisser used to do those very kind of classical guitar intros. The song starts and it's, you know, it's got this great, heavy, mid-tempo. I'm a big 6/8 fan. It's the best time signature in metal. Nothing gets heavier than 6/8. And I think it's the strongest riff on the record. And similar to the other songs I liked on this record, it's got those chanting big vocals, which kind of give the album a bit more presence and a bit more atmosphere. Instead of it always being right here, it's out here. This is a solid record, all in all. Fans of this genre, Stockholm death metal, will really like it. I would have liked to have heard a bit more ambition, a bit more dynamic shifts between the parts of the songs and between the songs themselves. I think would have elevated this record even more. So overall, I give Firespawn Shadow Realms 1 skull out of 2. There's my review for Overkill Reviews. See you next time.